a.m. Oh my gosh. I seem to be getting sicker during this video. I'm going to read for 24 hours. I need to say it like I believe it because I want to do it this time. I'm gonna read for 24 hours straight. Come have a seat. Oh gosh, I stopped my water bottle. We just about missed my 1-year anniversary of filming this video, which was so fun thinking back. It was my first book video and we've come a long way since then. I since have turned my second channel basically into a book channel and I have been consistently obsessed with reading for a year. It's so funny even watching that video back and looking at the books that I chose. Didn't know my reading taste at all. And a year later, I know a lot more. So I'm so excited because I've never actually successfully done this. I just recently bought a stack of books and it's kind of the beginning of the month. So I'm extremely hyped up to read tons of books right now. So it's actually 7:20 p.m. right now. And as you can tell, I'm starting this video at night because I figure if I start it now, it'll be easier to stay up all night. But I have tons of books I would love to read. To give context, I want to start by reading this little novella in the Shatter Me series. This is a super popular young adult dystopian about a girl who can't be touched or else she kills them on accident. So that's really fun. This is the book if you've never seen it before. So popular. I read the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. Apparently, there are novellas, which are like mini books from a different character's perspective that if you read them in between the books, then you enjoy it more or something. So there's 2 novellas in here. I'm gonna read the first one so that later on in this video, if I want to, I can start reading the 5th book in the series. But also it's nice because it's only like 86 pages. I've not really read that many novellas in my life, so I'm very excited and it'll be really easy. I think I might read it outside to enjoy the last bits of daylight. I'm already on page 16 and it's time to start. So like I was explaining earlier, this Shatter Me series is your classic dystopian 16-year-old girl against the government, but it's also a little bit of fantasy, so she has these powers, but there's also a very heavy romance subplot. If anything, the romance gets even heavier throughout the book, so it's like 50-50, and it's so fast-paced and fun to read. Done. It's been 36 minutes. I'm stopping the timer. To be specific, even in these talking clips, I'm making sure I'm only doing the timer when I'm reading. Okay, so I finished that novella. It was like 76 pages and I was already 17 pages into it. So now I'm able to read the 5th book, and then after the 5th book, I would read this novella. So that's so fun. It obviously kind of makes me want to read this next. If you haven't read the Shatter Me series or don't know anything about it, it's so easy to read. Like the way that she writes books, the words just flow really nicely. It's like you're just getting a stream of consciousness. And so I read the words per minute way faster than most books. That makes these books very good for these videos. Ryan is playing Madden. Yeah. Here's the book on Goodreads. Cool, I guess that counts as a book, kind of, even though it was like 76 pages, but what should I read next? See, I want to just get into the next book, but I'm scared it'll bore you if you're like, I don't know what this Shatter Me series is. Can you just read a cute romance book? Should I read The Layover by Lacey Walden, which looks like a cute classic rom-com for summer? Or this one, The No-Show by Beth O'Leary, which is kind of going TikTok famous. Ooh, we should watch TikToks about them and then choose. That'll be fun. Let's watch TikToks.
Since finishing it, I have gone back and forth about whether or not I liked it.
Okay, everyone is saying that they love this book, but they can't tell you anything before you go into it other than this guy stands up 3 girls on Valentine's Day. All of a sudden I really want to read it. Ooh, I kind of want to read it.
That this is like Emily Henry level craft.
Okay, she said it's like an Emily Henry book. That means we gotta read it. We gotta read it. Okay, let's read The No-Show by Beth O'Leary. Let's accomplish that. Let's do it. Let me get my reading set up here.
Gamer.
Okay, this is why our relationship is perfect, because he games, I read, no one has hard feelings. We want to do it for hours. You can't hear me? Okay, good. Okay, everyone's saying that this romance book is like no other romance book they've ever read. I think there's like a twist or something, so this sounds so good. I'm gonna guess that it's gonna take me 5 hours to read. It's 329 pages. So let's hit start. Here we go. The No-Show. Oh, this book is British. I love figuring that out. It's so funny. Different POVs in this book. How fun. How sweet. How carefree. That is so sad. I just lost the clip I took and Ryan was cackling because he's in the same position and he thought that was so funny.
I haven't moved for 2 hours.
We on our grind, he on his grind. Anyways, it's been 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm on page 89 of The No-Show. And I am so confused because you're just following these 3 women's perspective and they're all seeing the same guy. But I don't know what the story is gonna be about. Like, I don't know if this guy is cheat. I don't think he's technically like exclusive with any of them. So I don't know if this story is about a cheater or if there's like some secret hidden reason as to why he's doing this, because all the reviews I'm reading say that they cry. So I'm so confused, but hopefully I cry. That would be fun. I haven't cried at a book in a while. It's 10 p.m. I already look very tired. We're definitely gonna need...
Oh.
We're definitely gonna need caffeine tonight, but my first fun drink of the night is vanilla Coca-Cola Zero in my cute bee mug. Yumma. 1:30 a.m. He's going to bed. He stayed up with me for a long time. I'm just at the part in the book where I almost was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna cry? I might cry. I really thought this book would not get to me because I was not connected to the characters, but by page 300, you're a bit more connected. Oh man. I'm having an allergic reaction under my eye, so it's making me look like 20 times as tired. Okay, that's so sad. Oh my gosh. I hate that. That's so sad. And now something happy just happened instead, so that's good. Done. It's been 6 hours and 11 minutes, and I finished one novella and one whole book. I'm gonna have to really let this marinate before I rate it, because this was nothing that I was expecting. This feels more like a contemporary fiction or something. It's definitely not a classic rom-com or even a classic romance. It was emotional, and it was realistic, and I'm being quiet because Ryan went to bed. I'm gonna go take off my makeup real quick. Okay, it's 2 a.m. Took off my makeup, and now I have to choose the next book. This allergic reaction under my eyes making me look so much more tired, but I'm feeling fine so far. What I'm thinking the most right now is going into the 5th book in the Shatter Me series, because it's just so easy to read these books, number one. And number two, it's so easy to continue series because I already know the world, and I already know the characters, and I'm very invested in the plot. So that kind of seems like a no-brainer. I also have these books still. Okay, yeah, I don't think there's anything else I want to read other than the 5th book in the Shatter Me series. So let's read Defy Me. 357 pages. 6 hours in, 18 hours to go. Book 2 at 2 a.m. It's 2:42 a.m. and this is getting more difficult, so it's time for the energy drink. Cheers. It's so good. I only like the non-sparkling ones, I think. Also, I'm already 64 pages into this book. I swear I read these books twice as fast because they're just easier or something. I don't know why. 3:30 a.m. I've been reading for 7.5 hours. It's getting really hard to stay awake, like really hard. I'm contemplating going to bed and waking up at 8, stopping the timer, and then finishing like a 16-hour day. But I would just feel really bad if you guys think that I'm a failure for going to bed. But on the other hand, staying up all night is really bad for you, and maybe I'm setting a bad example by making you think that you should stay up all night and read. I don't know. These are the thoughts going through my head. But this book is really good. Yeah, it's getting like extremely difficult to keep my eyes. Oh, I can't even talk. It's becoming extremely difficult to keep my eyes open. Like actually extremely difficult. It's kind of crazy. I'm on page 150. When did this challenge get so hard? I'm gonna read another chapter and see what happens. Okay, it's 4 a.m. now, and this is when the paranoia kicks in because I thought I saw something moving, but it was just the plant. That's happened twice, and I don't know if this happens to you, but I get so paranoid when I pull all-nighters. Like one of the most paranoid moments of my life, when I genuinely believed someone was breaking into my house, was after pulling an all-nighter. So it's not good for ya. But it's 4 a.m., so I'm kind of shocked that I'm this far into the night. I'm almost on page 200, which is also motivating me, so you might be able to do this. It is now 5 a.m. I've been reading for 9 hours, and I finished Defy Me. So we've read 2.5 books. The thought of picking up a new book right now. Ooh, maybe I can just really quickly read the novella in here. Oh gosh, I'm getting tired again. It's 5 a.m. It's hitting me. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna try to read the second novella. It's 5:40. I would love to make it to 6 a.m., but my head just went while reading, so I think I'm gonna get a few hours of sleep. Consider it a nap. I'm gonna pause this, and I'm gonna come back and then read for 14.5 more hours. Good night. Good morning. You should have seen my face this morning. It's a little better right now, but let me show you how much sleep I got. I can actually show you exactly 4.5 hours, which is a lot. Look at this. This is how silly I am. So yesterday I woke up, let's say at 9 a.m., right? And I started the challenge at 8 p.m. or 7 p.m., whatever. That means I had already almost stayed up for 12 hours. So I was actually so close to staying up for 24 hours yesterday, but in my brain I was just thinking about reading for 24 hours. So if I had actually done that, I would have been up for 36 hours. I'm a little silly. I didn't even realize that until Ryan pointed it out. So it makes sense that I took a little nap. This is me justifying myself if you can't tell. But we're gonna get back to reading, don't you worry. We gonna read good. The fact that I'm actually excited to wake up and read again just goes to show I don't do these videos to torture myself. I do them because I genuinely want nothing more than to sit for as long as possible and read for an uninterrupted amount of time. Some people get scared that if I do these videos, I'll stop liking reading, but it's actually crazy because you guys know I get through so many different hobbies, and I was really scared that reading would just be like a 2-month hobby for me. But it's like each month I get re-obsessed all over again. There's so many new books I want to read, and maybe it's partly because of the community aspect, because I love the book community. Everyone is so nice, and you're part of the book community too. I scratched my face off a little bit yesterday. I didn't mean to. It's all just a reaction to the medication I use on my face. Back to my spot.
Oh, I'm slipping away, so don't let me go, nah, 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 nah.
Okay, it's been 10 hours and I just finished the second novella. It ended so well, and I just realized I only have one more book in the Shatter Me series, plus a novella, but it's gonna be so satisfying to have an entire series on my bookshelf that I've actually read all of. I can't wait to go buy those books, and I highly recommend this series. The first book is not that good, but then the second gets better, and then from the third book on, I love the series. It's that good old dystopian vibe, and it gives me the same feeling as when I was obsessed with books in middle school, because I was obsessed with like Maze Runner, Hunger Games, stuff like that. I just love it. And there's romance in it. So we have read 2 full books so far, plus 2 novellas, so you could count this as 2.5 books or 4 books, whatever you want. But I kind of want to start Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. This is a fantasy duology with romance in it, and it's so long, so it's kind of intimidating. I mean, it's like 500 pages, so I'm kind of intimidated. I could be choosing a book that could put me into a reading slump, but if that's true, I could always just start this cutesy little summer romance book. So I think I'm gonna watch some TikToks about Dance of Thieves to hype myself up, because this book was so viral back in the OG book talk days. Upon some reflection, aka watching TikToks, and I put on some makeup because that red spot was making me look so tired. Spock is chewing his bone profusely over there, if you can't tell. I decided the writing style of Dance of Thieves could be not what I need for a video like this. Like, it's super lyrical and flowery and kind of harder to just read easily. Like, it takes some more brain power, and it might be a little slow. It might induce sleep, basically. So I don't know why though, I'm so intrigued by fantasy right now. And the only other fantasy I have on my bookshelves are The Poppy War, and yeah, nothing else that I really want to read. So I kind of just want to read the first chapter. We'll see how it goes, but ultimately I might end up reading this one. We're at 10 hours and here we go. Casimira of Bright Mist. I kind of want to annotate this book just for fun. I feel like this book would have the type of writing style that I would actually want to highlight stuff. So I feel like if I annotate, I'll actually be more invested in the story and get more out of it. So this will be a fun little experiment. Okay, I actually feel like I am just so in the mood for fantasy that this book is gonna work for me, and I actually do really want to read this. And I'm really enjoying taking the slower pace of reading every word, thinking about what words to underline or highlight, or like all the new words in the fantasy realm, really paying attention. So I feel like I'm really gonna enjoy this. Look how fun. Chapter 2, here we go. Let's see how long it takes for me to read this 500-page fantasy book with all these new words and stuff. How do fantasy authors come up with so many fake words? You're building an entire different world. That is so crazy. It fascinates me that people can think of stuff like this. So far, we're following 3 girls who I think when they became orphaned, the queen took them to be part of something called the Rattan, which is the queen's premier guard. And they're being sent on a mission to do something right now. I feel like my understanding is pretty good because I'm annotating it. And look how fun it is to look at the annotations. I actually like to play other people's reading vlogs on silent while I read. It's so fun. After I finish reading a book, I usually log it on Goodreads, and the shock of reading a bad review after you rate it at 5 stars. Yeah, I got so many questions on the last video of what app this is. It is Goodreads. Hey guys, we made it past 12 hours, so we're halfway through. I've been having a terrible allergy attack for the past 2 hours, which gives me brain fog and makes me just want to fall asleep. So that's a little block in the road. But the good news, I'm on page 109 of Dance of Thieves, and I love this book. I'm so happy. It's exactly what I want. That good old enemies to lovers, fantasy romance. Nothing is better than it. And it's just good writing, good dialogue and banter. I love it. I'm so glad I decided to annotate it. It's already so satisfying, but who knows if I fall asleep because these allergies are not helping. I need a Diet Coke. It's hour 13. I'm on page 150. Allergies are still going strong, but I was thinking it's actually good that I'm reading a book that will take me a long time to read, because by the time I'm done with this, I'll probably have like 5 or 4 hours left, which is the perfect amount of time to finish one romance book. And I get the least motivation and most overwhelmed when I have to start a new book. So it's good that I will only have like one more to do. That's like a different genre, you know? Good morning, guys. No. My stopwatch restarted overnight. I don't know why this happens, but I was at 16 and a half hours exactly. I remember that. So I have 7.5 more hours. But I think I have fallen ill this morning. If you cannot tell from my voice, it feels like a sinus infection because I'm just very like stuffed up everywhere. So we're gonna spend most of the day reading in bed. But I'm on page 300 exactly. I have 200 more pages. I'm so excited to finish it. And I'm so excited to get to this book. I still wake up every morning excited to read, but please excuse my sleeping. I feel like I'm possibly even got sick because I stayed up all night because it's not good for your immune system. So I apologize for taking some naps in between, some 5-hour naps in between. But I wanted to update my reading journal, so I thought I would show you because it's so fun. Okay, this reading journal thing is new to me. I have never done this before, but I love journaling. So I was like, why have I not been doing this? So I've just created a very simple little reading log where I just enter the book, the date that I read it, and my rating, and then do monthly spreads as well. I will hopefully give you a full tour of this on my book channel eventually. Okay, updated that. Let's get back to reading. We're gonna read for 7.5 hours, so this sucks that I have to restart this, but you saw the proof, okay? Okay. Ooh, it just hit 2 hours and I'm on page 407. I feel like a plot twist is coming soon. I'm so nervous. This book is so good, y'all. I postmated an acai bowl and 2 lemon cayenne ginger shots. A good acai bowl, 90 pages of an amazing book. I'm grateful right now. 60 pages left. 1 hour, basically. I'm gonna take this lemon cayenne shot. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, that one's really strong. Oh my gosh. I usually love these, but this one is so strong. My throat. They put the whole cayenne pepper and whole ginger in there. I seem to be getting sicker during this video. This entire arc in this video is my downfall. I finished Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. 500 pages. And I immediately wanted to go buy the sequel. It's only a duology. The second book is beautiful, so I'm gonna read it. And I really liked this book. I gave it 5 stars. I don't even care. Giving it 5 stars. When I stopped the timer, we were at like 3.5 hours, but my camera decided to delete that clip. So now we have about 4 hours left to read The Layover by Lacey Walden. I'm already 34 pages in. Oh wow, it's been 5 hours. We only have 2.5 hours left. I hope I can finish this book. Okay, here we go. I'm on my last hour. My body is deteriorating. We have moved on to the body aches. I cannot believe I got sick during this challenge. That is gonna be so funny to edit and watch my decline. I'm on page 122, so I would only be like 55% of the way through this book by the time this video ends. Who knows? I might just finish it because at that point I'll probably be highly motivated to. I've been watching reading vlogs while I read on like volume 1 in the background. And if y'all don't watch Sarah Caroli, y'all need to. I've watched all of these like 5 times. So go subscribe to her. 24 hours, yeah. Oh my gosh. I made it to page 180. I'm gonna go to sleep and we can recap all the books I read tomorrow. Sound good? Good night. In conclusion, I read 3 full books and 2 novellas. Y'all aren't ready for this. These are the 2 novellas I read. The No Show by Beth O'Leary, The Layover, and Dance of Thieves. If the subscribe button down below is red, consider turning it gray. That is the most YouTuber thing I've ever said. I'm asking you to subscribe. But if not, I will see you guys on Instagram or TikTok or my book channel. I will see you somewhere else on the internet. I love you. Goodbye.